Welcome, friends. Friends, if you know that the previous CSIR NET exam was in July, and the next expected exam could be in December. So you have 3 months remaining to prepare for the exam, and you need to develop the best strategy so that this time you will get not only a LS but JRF. Okay, so please target for JRF for sure short qualification, and I'll share with you 3 months of routine which you need to follow every day to get your chances to qualify JRF. Exactly. Okay, JRF. Okay. So I have created a table where I have put what you will do in 4 weeks in month one, in month two, and in month three. So first month, what I would suggest that you should do is you open the syllabus, read the syllabus thoroughly. That there are 13 units in the syllabus. Okay, there are 13 units in the syllabus. You have to read the syllabus thoroughly, and you have to start with 2 units simultaneously. Okay, for you can target your own units, but according to me, the important units first should be targeted. So in week one, you start with, say for example, cell biology. So you can focus on some areas like organelle structure, transport mechanism. So for all that which topics you will focus on, you have to go through the previous year's papers. Okay, so instead of going through the previous year's papers, we have already analyzed the important topics. You can go through those topics first. And what you have to do, you have to create a study plan and solve the questions immediately after you complete a unit. Okay, so first start with cell structure and function. Say for example, you start with unit 2. You can focus on some of the subtopics. Then in week 2, you start with fundamentals, unit 3. Okay, where you have to focus on all the subtopics of unit 3, and you try to summarize it by yourself. Make a chart, follow a link, schematic flow, what is coming after the other, which will help you to recall after you have completed that unit. In week 3, you start with inheritance biology, that is unit 8, and you can focus on population genetics. So we are focusing on the topics from where maximum questions come. Okay, so you have to practice the genetic problems. You have to understand some of the key numerical questions that come from this unit 8. Okay, simultaneously you start with evolutionary biology. So evolution and ecology, they are small units. This will be completed very easily. In week 4, start with unit 6, that is plant physiology, where some of the metabolic processes are very important. Okay, and you have to definitely make the chart and concept flow chart and diagrams and the cycles when you study plant physiology. So in week 1, we are targeting cell biology, unit 3, unit 2, and unit 8, as well as some part of evolutionary biology, which is included here in inheritance with unit 8 and unit 6. So 4 units are completing in unit in month 1. In month 2, you start with unit 7. So it's not necessary that you should complete all the 13 units. I would suggest, if you have time, then go through at least superficially. If you want to skip any topic, I would suggest do not skip it completely. For some units, you go superficially so that you can solve part B questions and some match the following questions. So week 5, you go with the unit 7 if you wish to. If you are from the zoology background, or if you have human physiology or zoology knowledge, you can touch this unit. If you are from the botany background, you focus on plant physiology part, and like vice versa you can do. If you are from zoology, study unit 7 properly and go superficially with unit 6, and if you are from botany background, then study deeply plant physiology and superficially you touch unit 7. Okay, next unit, week 6, you start with the developmental biology. You have to make the pictures, concepts, diagrams, otherwise you cannot recall because it's all theoretical based. Okay, week 7, you start with ecology, and week 8, you start with kind of unit 4 remaining part, that is immunity. So immunity concept, you have to mainly understand about the mechanism, how they are formed. But type C questions for immunity are little critical to handle. So I would suggest understand about the techniques so that you can solve part B questions well. But if you have deep knowledge into immunity chapter, you can always target that. In month 3, you so in month 2, what all units you are completing? You are completing unit 7, unit 5, unit 10, and the remaining part of unit 4. Okay, again 8 units targeted, already done. Now in month 3 you start with the advanced topics. So in month 1 we started with some easy concepts, unit 2, 3, 8 and 6. And in month 2 we are starting with intermediate concepts, which are like unit 7, unit 5, unit 10 and some part of unit 4. And also some immunological techniques which are part of unit 13, but they are you can study it with unit 4. Next is in month 3 we are starting with you have to start with advanced topics, and you have to intensively practice. You have to give mock test, you have to recall the concepts again and again. So in week 9, say for example, you start with the unit 13 techniques, all microscopic imaging techniques, molecular biology techniques. So these are very important, okay, you can't miss it anyhow. Then week 10, this unit 12, so you do unit 12 and unit 13 together, because they are mixed, the topics are mixed, you will get it in the same book. So which books you need to follow, I'll make a separate video on that, for which unit you need to follow which book, and how to read from the reference book, how to read from the text. I'll let you know how much to practice in one day, how to recall from the reference books, what to draw and what to not draw, what to write in the note copy. I'll make a separate video on that. Also, you can comment in the comment box that you want video on which topic, how you want to get help for CSIR net. So you can always write me in the comment box. Next, you have to practice previous year's test, intensive revision. You have to, every time you complete a unit, you have to go through the PYQs of that unit and solve it then and there. You have to target at least 10 years previous years papers, so that you will be thorough with the pattern of the exam. And week 12 you have to finally revise and give mock test. Okay, so you have to give 3 hours mock test at least 5 times to know the progress, to track your progress. Okay, every time you study, summarize the concept by closing the notes, closing the uh, source from where you are studying. uh, uh, you have to write it, make diagrams by yourself and find out where you get stuck. Okay, so if, like say for example, people students were asking me that, ma'am, uh, at what time should we start studying? Okay, so if you are taking a leave, if you have completed your masters and you are taking a study leave for around 3 to 4 months, I would suggest start your day very early. Okay, sleep on time, start your day early. At least 6 hours of sleep is very very important. At least 6 to 8 hours of sleep is very very important. Proper diet is very important. And relaxation is also important. You have to be confident, you have to be self motivated. Okay, when you start your day, you have to start your day with recalling whatever you have studied the previous day. You have to recall that. Okay, and after recalling, take a break for some time and start with the main topic of the day. Then take some relaxation, breakfast, and then you start with topic 2. So you have to start with 2 units simultaneously, or you can if you don't want to have the monotonous study, you can start with the 2 units simultaneously, or you can focus on 1 unit. So after some time you start with another topic, then after a lunch break you start with the third topic. And in that way, in the later half of the day, you start with the revision. Okay, you step practice MCQs, give mock test, and you revise in the evening. Okay, and after 8 p.m. what you can do is you can just revise some easy topics, pick some easy topics which can be completed easily, because your energy goes lower as the like as the day end. So around 9 to 10 p.m. what you can do, like just before sleeping, you can quick recap before the bed wherever you have made the note. Now instead of studying from the source, you can recap from the everyday, like the whole day whatever you have read, you can recall that, or any previous day's concept if you want to recall, and sleep on time. So there are some study techniques. If you follow, it will be very helpful for you. There is a technique known as Pomodoro Technique. Pomodoro Technique is that some people have problem in sitting for longer hours. So longer hours, so what they do, they study for some time and take a break for 5 minutes, and then again they sit back. Okay, so for some people they cannot focus at a longer stretch. For them, Pomodoro technique works a lot. I would suggest you, every one of us can follow this Pomodoro technique, because it helps to give your mind a relaxation, and then you can start freshly. So, say for example, you can take multiple 2 to 3 minutes break in your study routine. So give yourself a break. Say for example, after every 25 minutes you will give yourself 5 minutes of break. Okay, so again 25 minutes you will study and you will give yourself 5 minutes of break. So in that 25 minutes is your extreme focus which comes. Okay, because you know that when you give focus for 25 minutes, you are getting 5 minutes of break. Okay, so seeing that 5 minutes of break, it gives excitement that I have to focus on this topic and complete it quickly within the designated time. So this is very important. And nowadays, previously what used to happen, that uh, concepts are very straightforward. Okay, the questions are very straightforward. You just have to memorize, and the same kind of question will come, and you have to just take if you know the concept. But this time, even if you know the concept, you have the questions are very practical in nature. You have to think and analyze. You have to link several concepts together to solve a question. So what you have to do, when you read something, when it is linked in any other unit, you have to write it in that place. Okay, how you will link the concept, like say for example you made one chart, and if that any of the gene is related somewhere else also, you can write in both the places. Say for example in unit 5, you study about some gene. Okay, say for example beta catenin. This beta catenin plays a role in, say for example, drosophila. But beta catenin signaling you also study in unit 4. So wherever you can see the link within the subtopic with among different unit, you have to write it in both places, so that whenever you read something, you have the complete information. Okay, you don't forget, so what I have read in unit 4, is it the same or not? So you have to link the concept so that you will not forget. Okay, so about aptitude, you have to practice 10 questions daily from previous year's papers, because aptitude will give you additional 10 to 15 marks for sure. Okay, so it's very easy, just you need to remember some formula for that, and they follow the same pattern. Okay, so you have to solve daily 10 questions when you start your day. Okay, don't give much time, but try to understand the formula and similar type, target simple questions. Okay, every time when you read a concept, you have to make a flow chart and diagram and tables. You have to use different colors to highlight it, so that the more presentable it is, the more uh, visually attractive your picture is, the more it will be it will be there in your mind. Okay, so you have to recall it actively, you have to make mind maps, you have to visualize the charts, you have to make short notes, you have to recall, highlight the things you have. After every unit, give unit wise mock test. Okay, give unit wise mock test, and give at least full mock test. The full mock test you have to give for at least 5 times. Full mock test you have to give at least 5 times. And unit wise mock test, you have to give unit wise mock test at least twice. So can you imagine how many mock tests you have to give? After every unit you should give unit wise mock test. Now how will you give unit wise mock test? That you have to figure it out, and if you face any problem you can always write it in the comment box. So any important topic which you find very useful or which you find difficult to remember, something which is very important coming very frequently, you can box it. Okay, so this will help you to like remember, because your note is the one which is will be helpful in the last minute revision. So that's all for you. I hope that you will all qualify GRF in December 2024 and become doctorate, so that you all can put doctor before your name. And you should also like, one thing I would like to say, that people become demotivated very easily. So before that, I would like to say that I have divided this strategy into four parts. First is you have to understand the syllabus, exam patterns, and the important topics, and the topics which is your strength, and the topics which are your weakness. Okay, so that you have, if you want, if some topics are your strength, you start with one strength topic in which you are strong, and one topic in which you are weak. In that way you can start one strong and one weak together, so that you will feel confident that you are also becoming strong in the topic which you know, and also you are covering the topic in which you are weak. So in that way you can start with two topics. You have to identify which topics you are going to target. At least 8 to 9 topics you have to make it very strong, and the remaining topic you can go superficially, but don't just leave any topic. Okay, then you have to make routine for yourself, the routine which suits you best. But at least 8 to 10 hours of study is very very important. And if you're starting for the first time, at least 8 to 10 hours or more time you have to give it daily, so that you can increase your chances in first time qualification. And you have to revise and solve PYQs, at least 5 years PYQs, very important. Solve PYQs while you read, while you learn the concept, and give at least full 5 mock tests to track your progress. So people lose motivation when they are studying every day. What if I don't qualify? What if I don't get JRF? What if my this time is wasted? What if what to do after PhD? What if PhD is will not fetch me a job? So these all questions will keep coming to your mind, and people will say that there is no point of doing PhD. There is no point in sitting for these examination, because this will not fetch you job. I would rather suggest that first focus on qualifying the exam, then you can always decide that what you want to do in the future. Okay, once you have reached up to the masters, to get the highest qualification is you have to do PhD to get a job in this field. Okay, so PhD is very very important and a necessity if you want to be in academics. Okay, so first you need to be self motivated, that JRF, qualifying JRF will give you monetary benefit for whatever you want to do for next few years. It will help you get entry into PhD, and the you have to select where you want to do PhD when you are waiting for the results. Okay, so before that, please don't devote your time into searching the institutes. I would suggest that whenever you are waiting for the results after giving the exam, then you devote your time in searching the institutes. You have ample time for that. For now you don't devote your time. And if you qualify lectureship, you can always join the project, any projects in the institutes, and you can apply for assistant professorship. But I would suggest JRF. Having JRF will get you into PhD. Don't go into PhD if you have only lectureship, because it will help you to struggle a lot without fellowship. Okay, you need to be very positive. You have to give yourself a reward after achieving every milestone, which will keep you motivated. And you have to use affirmations. Give yourself the positive affirmations that will help you to boost confidence, that where you want to, what this is going to how it is going to help you in future. Okay, and this is the most easiest and immediate thing which you can get after MSc. Okay, wherever if you switch your profile, getting like into different job, it will be more difficult. Okay, then you can always share whatever you think with the friends or family, or your like professors, and you can join study groups or online groups. You can find a mentor to discuss about your future goals and get guidance from them, your knowledge, your if you find a study partner which will help you to keep focused on the study. So I will help in any way possible. So wish you all the best, and I hope that every one of you will qualify JRF this time. So stay connected. Please like and subscribe the channel. Thank you.